Hey guys, it's Benedictines the vegan. Today I'll just be doing a walk and talk video. I don't have any specific topic to talk about. I was thinking a lot about what I really hate about this world today. Why is it that there are so many people in this world that actually love it here? Why is it that there are so many people that believe that we are having a good experience as humanity? Because there are so many people that will think that you're crazy when you tell them that there's something wrong with this world and it's really not good. There are a lot of people who will actually think that you're crazy. What I've realized is that once you become aware of what is happening, there's no going back. And you cannot really be aware of what's happening and still love this world. That's like when American parents tell their kids that there is no Santa. They cannot go back to believing that Santa will give them toys on Christmas. There are so many things that I used to love when I was young because I was young. At my level of consciousness at the time, I used to enjoy those things. But then I outgrew these things. So I think that happens to a lot of people that actually wake up because they reach a level of consciousness where they outgrow, they've outgrown a lot of things. And there's no going back for them. Once you outgrow certain things, there's no going back for you. You stop loving the things that you used to love. You stop enjoying the things that you used to enjoy. And you find yourself facing the meaninglessness of life. And I think that's what's making life difficult for a lot of people that are woke. Because if you can't enjoy the smallest things, what's there to enjoy? You just find yourself facing a void. You just find yourself facing the emptiness. There are a lot of people who don't believe that there are people who actually don't love it here anymore, or who've been through so much to actually love it here. What I've realized is that it has a lot to do with your level of awareness. The more aware you become, the harder it will be for you to love this world. That is why when you were young, you were a bit happy, I guess. There are some people that have told me that they weren't happy even when they were young, but when I was young, I was kind of happy. That's because I didn't understand a lot of things. I didn't really know how this world works. Life was still a mystery, but now I think I understand a lot of things that a lot of people don't understand, and because of that, I'm falling out of love with life. When you become aware of how things really work, you just automatically fall out of love with life. See, the truth is, we do not live in a world that is beautiful, but that we think is bad. We actually live in a world that seems beautiful, but that is actually bad. So when you become aware, when you start realizing what is happening, you start falling out of love with it, because now you understand how it works. Now, forgive me, Jan. This world is really bad, and the way that things work isn't good at all. But it has been presented as a world that is actually good, and a lot of people that have not woken up yet think that it's actually good. Njani? Forget. Ngo anam njani? It's people that are not aware that think that this world is beautiful. I've debated with a lot of people about a lot of things. I've debated with a lot of people in this world, man. A lot of people. Because I really, really love debating with people. And the reason why I love debating with people is because I want the truth. And the more I debate with people, the more I start to understand things better. And my realization is that a lot of people are not aware of what's really happening in this world. A lot of people don't really think about what's really happening in this world. They are too distracted. A lot of people are too distracted. So of course, if you don't know what's going on and you live in a world that is presented as a beautiful world, you're going to think that it is really a beautiful world. But when you are conscious, when you are aware of what's going on, you will see that it is really not a beautiful world. And there are a lot of people that are waking up. There are a lot of people that are actually realizing that something isn't really right. The problem is that they think that they can win. They really think that they can change things. They don't understand that no matter how hard they try, things will be the way that they are. It is possible for you to change your life. It is possible for you to become rich, but there will be a few people that will be controlling things in the end. No matter what we do to change this world, there will still be a few people that actually control things. It always works that way. This world actually rewards selfish behavior. It has been set up that way. The people that are good, the people that are not greedy, end up suffering. Because it is not hard to take a lot for yourself and leave others with resources that are not enough for them to use. It's not that hard. You just have to be greedy and not be ashamed of it. The strong will always prey on the weak. And being strong in this world has a lot to do with not caring about other people, but caring about yourself and figuring out what works for you. What works for your family, what works for your tribe, what works for your country, what works for your race. The people that are truly rational, the people that are able to see beyond race, people that are able to see beyond culture, people that are able to see beyond ethnicity, are too kind to live in this world. That's like being in a prison where they've put the worst criminals in. It's like being in a prison where they've put the worst criminals in. If you find yourself in that kind of a prison, being a good person will be a weakness. If you're a good person in a prison where they've put the worst criminals, you will be considered weak. And other prisoners are going to take advantage of that. If you're truly going to be a good person in this world, you'll see that there is something wrong with this world, because they will take advantage of your kindness. Human beings are programmed that way. But if you're going to treat this life like a game, if you're going to be strategic and do what works, you might not end up realizing just how evil this world is, because you will get the things that you want, especially if you are good at playing this game. I've realized that I'm too conscious to love this world, and I don't believe that a person can reach this level of awareness and still love this world. You know, some people might think that, oh, you're weak, that's why you don't love this world. Like, no, I'm way stronger than everyone that I know. I outlast people in sports that require toughness. I don't squeal when I go through tough times. I don't even talk to other people about the things that I go through. I think these are signs of being strong. The problem is that I know too much and I understand too much. I understand things that we're not really meant to understand. And since we are in an evil world, I understand that we are in an evil world. I'm able to see that we are in an evil world. And the things that we go through are not worth what this world can give us. Going to school for the first 17 years of your life is not worth the kind of job that you're going to have. You're not even supposed to go to school for that long. Being taught by people that are not even smarter than you. This is a serious problem. There are so many teachers that are not smarter than their students, but they think they're smart because they are given authority. It is sad how the smartest kids get bullied by kids that are really stupid. And they grow up traumatized because of that. It's actually one of the most difficult things that the smartest people have to deal with. They have to deal with dumb people. Because trust me, if you're going to throw a smart kid in a class where there's dumb kids, that kid is going to suffer a lot. See, the smarter you are, the better you are going to be at understanding other people, at understanding how harmful your behavior can be. The dumbest kids won't be able to understand that. So when you treat them right, they will think that you are weak. Remember what I told you about kindness? You know, humans take your kindness for weakness. So they'll think that, oh, this person is weak. And then you get bullied. And end up having to go to therapy your whole life. And end up getting help from people that are not smarter than you. It's a very difficult thing to deal with. But the amount of suffering that we have to go through to get the things that we want is not worth the suffering. It's not worth the results, basically. The amount of suffering that we have to go through is not worth the results. I think life has been made to be hard on purpose. So that people will think that their achievement means something. The things that you work really, really hard for are things that you're supposed to get for free. That's something that you must understand. Njane? Forget. You are working very, very hard to get things that you're supposed to get for free. And you believe that these things are actually worth the effort because everyone is working hard for these things. Fucking Guayana. Sure. Dogs. These ones. Dude, I was scared. I had to just protect the vital parts. Because dogs are dangerous, man. And what I hate about dogs is that once they bite you, you actually have to go to a clinic where they will have to inject you with some things that make you feel dizzy. Because I've been beat by a dog before and I had to go to a clinic and they'll inject you with something that will make you feel dizzy, man. Another thing that I actually hate about people, and this is something that I really hate, is how stupid they are. So these dogs are behind me, right? These motherfuckers are letting these dogs roam around. You can't control dogs. Dogs are fucking aggressive. I don't know how retarded. You see what I'm talking about? Like, human beings are retarded, man. I hate this shit. You don't do that. You can't let your dogs roam around. Look at these dogs now. I mean, come on, man. You can't control dogs. You see, in South Africa, they've had to ban pit bulls. Because motherfuckers are too dumb to own pit bulls. Because they'll probably do that with pit bulls. You know, they'll let them roam around like that. Pit bulls are fucking aggressive, man. Once a pit bull bites you, it's not gonna let go. So that's something that I hate about people. You know, they can be very stupid sometimes. I do genuinely believe that those dogs have attacked people before, and they want to act like these dogs are harmless. So it's a crazy world that we live in, man. Hola, grande da. Andra ko da yana video yana da. Wona yin gwalan kasa. Ta yo as boy ko fuck you what have in so. Sure. I remember this other day in the morning when I was working in a village next to this village, next to my village. I was on my way to work. It was still in the early hours of the morning. There was no one walking in the street. And these two huge dogs ran straight towards me to attack me. Huge dogs. They're not pit bulls, but they're huge. Huge dogs, man. I was fucking angry. Likely the kid from the house where the dogs were coming from came outside and called on those dogs. Here's the house. I was so mad. I was like, how can they open their gate this early in the morning, dude? Yeah, that one. For game, Jan. Live in a crazy world, man, and it's crazy that we're supposed to love it no matter what. There isn't much to enjoy, man. Once you become conscious, there isn't much to enjoy. That's something that I actually hate. There's this song by Steve Aoki. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he's one of my favorite artists. I love EDM music. There's this song called Down to Earth. The lyrics go like, are you living your life or just waiting to die? The brightest things fade the fastest. That song hits deep, man. Are you living your life or just waiting to die? Are the things that you really enjoy in this world, or are you kind of just waiting to die? And what's difficult is that just because you are just living your life, does not mean that you won't suffer. You know, even if you are living your life, you still suffer. Even if you're not, living your life, even if you're just waiting to die, you'll still suffer. It's Earth, man. One of the biggest problems that you have to deal with is the fact that many people are not intelligent. There are very, very few people in this world that are actually intelligent. That's something that you've got to deal with. There are very, very few people in this world that are actually intelligent. So when people make decisions that ends up causing them a lot of suffering, even the intelligent people still have to suffer, because they are also humans. They are also part of this world. So dumb people make decisions that end up fucking things up for everyone. And you have to suffer because you are here. I don't think humans are the same, man. Since they're not operating at the same level of awareness, they just look the same, but they're not. I don't think humans should be treated the same because of that, because they're not the same. Some people should be given more freedom. And you might say, oh, that's happening. I mean, criminals are put in jail. They don't have a lot of freedom because maybe they're operating at a very low level of awareness, but that's not what I mean. I mean, there are people who should not have some rights. Now, before you criticize me, hear me out. See, there are people who believe that assisted suicide should be illegal, for an example. It should be illegal for them because they don't even trust themselves, and they think that all humans should not trust themselves. Because there are people who know what they really want. And if they've reached a point where they know that, okay, now it's time, they will not be making a wrong decision because they're conscious enough to know that that's what they really want. But some people will be making a mistake because, they're not conscious enough to know what they really want. They're still controlled by their emotions. So let the people that are conscious enough to know what they want make their own choices. And the people that are not conscious enough to know what they want, well, you might take some of the rights that humans should have away from them, I guess, because they don't even want those rights. I mean, if you're going to go on strike because they're legalizing assisted suicide for the people that actually want to be assisted, then you don't deserve to have those rights. And a lot of other rights, you don't deserve them. Human beings ain't the same, man. I hate that intelligent people have to debate with people that are less intelligent than them about these kind of things. Like, bro, let people make their own mistakes. I mean, do you want to make mistakes for them? Is that what you believe in? Making mistakes for other people? Because if people are going to be making a mistake by choosing to exit early, they are making their own mistakes, you see? And they should be the ones to make these kind of mistakes, because it's their lives, it's not your life. You're not experiencing life from their perspectives. You don't know what it's like to be them. You don't know what it's like to see the world through their lenses. You don't know what they are seeing when they look at the world. Human beings are not the same, man. We've been lied to a lot. I really hate that we're supposed to be controlled. I really hate that I'm South African. I didn't consent to being a South African. I was just born here, and now I should be governed under the South African laws. Whether I agree with these laws or not, it's not up to me. I can't say that I don't want to be a South African anymore. I want to be my own person. I don't want to be owned by anyone. I really hate that because I want to be free. I want to be that free. I want to be able to make my own decisions. I think it's stupid that we are allowing ourselves to be controlled like this. The problem is that the majority of people are too stupid to not see that that's messed up. We are supposed to be the ones that are controlling our lives. We shouldn't have people that are in power control our lives. These people that are in power don't even understand what it's like to be us, because they're living in luxury. They got money, dude. And they're just like us. They're humans. So what makes us think that they actually qualify to control other people? I mean, I know that there are humans that are not like us, but a lot of humans that we see that are in power are just like us. There are some beings out there that we don't even know that are controlling this world. I get it. But really, if the normal humans that are given power really cared about us, they would really be telling us the truth. I mean, look at what's happening in America. Look at what happened this year alone. There's been too many UFOs. And the American citizens don't know shit about these UFOs. You mean to tell me that the American government does not know what is going on? Or they just keeping this information away from their citizens? I mean, I do understand that human beings are dumb. They might panic, but they do deserve to know what's going on. Human beings do deserve to know what's going on. It's a very, very cloudy day today. And it seems like it's going to rain. I just hope it doesn't start raining before I get home. So I don't know how I'm going to protect myself. How am I going to protect my camera? But yeah, man, this world is something else, man. And intelligent people are the ones that suffer the most. Intelligent people are the ones that really suffer because they know what should be done. They're able to make the right decisions for themselves, and they still have to suffer because there are a lot of stupid people in this world. Yeah, that's the reason why I don't like it here. I'm able to see what's going on, and I don't think that it's worth I don't think this world is worth the suffering that we have to go through. I don't think that this life can give us something that is worth the suffering that we have had to go through. because most of the things that we're suffering for are supposed to be free. Most of the things that we're suffering for, we're supposed to just have. You're supposed to get most of the things that you want without even working for these things. But you've been turned into a slave. You've been turned into a happy slave. Because there are some people who do not have your privileges. So you think, my life is better. There are people who are suffering more than I am, so that means that I'm blessed. No, you're not blessed. You're suffering. I don't think you understand that you don't have to work. You don't have to work shitty jobs, man, in order to survive in this world. You don't. You don't have to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning and work for 8 hours a day. Go back home tired and not get to spend time with your family, and wake up the next day and repeat the cycle. That's wrong, man. It's crazy that you think that that is good. That is wrong. Ask yourself this question. What the heck are you working for? I mean, if we were working towards something as a society, I will understand, but there's nothing to be working for right now. The only reason why kids have to go to school and be fed a lot of information that does not matter is because we are busy working towards bullshit. We are busy working towards something that does not even matter. I mean, we are surviving. Shouldn't we be focusing on what's going to help us survive? If survival is what's important to us, shouldn't we be farming? Shouldn't we be teaching kids how to farm? There are lots of kids that don't know anything about farming, but that know a lot of information about useless things. They don't know their history. They don't know how to control their emotions. They don't know how to treat other kids right. But they know a lot about nothing. A lot of parents don't know that their kids are not learning anything that's important, anything that's actually worth learning. They're just getting indoctrinated. They're just getting indoctrinated, man. So that they will do the same thing with their kids. They'll send their kids to school. So that their kids will get indoctrinated like them, and then this cycle continue endlessly. Once you become conscious Once you realize that this is really how the world works, once you realize that it isn't right, that people have to deal with this shit, especially people that are conscious enough to realize that it isn't right. Once you realize all of that, you just can't love this world. Now, a lot of dumb people are not going to understand you. They're going to think, that one is lazy. Why don't you stop complaining and go out and work? It is believed that a lot of young people are lazy nowadays. Young people are lazy. No, they don't want to work shitty jobs, man. They don't want to work just to survive. Imagine having to work just to eat and pay for transport, and that's it. That's your life. You work just to eat and afford to go to work. That's what you work for. There's something wrong with that, man. This is not a world that people should love. You only love this world because you don't understand what's going on. This is a world that people must be trying to escape. This is the kind of world that people must be saying no to. This is the kind of world that people should be thinking twice before bringing new humans here. You must think twice before bringing new humans here. I'm in another village. It's a village next to my village. And this place used to be far when I was young, but now it's very, very close. It's crazy that I would get tired when I was young, when I had to come this side. Now, coming this side is nothing. I like it when the weather is like this, because I don't get tired, man. I can just walk, I can just work out. I don't think it's healthy to stay indoors the whole day, A A person must, try to take a walk. I would say every day, really. Like, take a walk every day. Now, I've convinced myself that it's good to be healthy. So I do work out whenever I can. I do skipping rope exercises almost every day. 1,000 to 2,000 skips a day. Nah, let me not go that side. Let me go back home now. Alright guys, thanks for watching until the end. I just wanted to take a long walk today because I knew that I wasn't really going to go anywhere, so I thought let me exercise a little by just walking. I think this is a very effective way of dealing with depression. Than just sitting in your room and thinking about your problems. You just, go outside, jog a little. What makes me love being in nature is because I can really think. Because I'm away from people. That allows me to think. Because when you're surrounded by people all the time, it's not easy for you to think, man. But when you really allow yourself to be away from them, you are really able to think. Alright, thank you all guys for watching until the end.